Mexico City had not fallen asleep despite the night settling in. Under the glow of the streetlights, steam danced in the air. Footsteps echoed through the streets, and distant music made the city feel alive. On one corner, a metal spit slowly turned. Flames kissed the surface of the meat as spices filled the air. A taquero lifted his knife and carved a thin slice. He placed it onto a warm corn tortilla, onion, cilantro, and a small piece of pineapple. Here it is, tacos al pastor. Today, this is an ordinary night in Mexico City, but the history of that turning spit begins much farther away. In the late 19th and early 20th centuries, migrants from the Ottoman lands, especially present-day Lebanon, arrived in Latin America. They brought with them the tradition of cooking meat on a vertical spit, the technique we know today as shawarma or doner. In its early years in Mexico, this method was called tacos árabes. Lamb was used, sometimes served in pita-like bread. It looked very different from today's al pastor, but when a technique travels, it changes. In Mexico, lamb was expensive. Pork was more accessible. The marinade evolved. Achiote, dried chilies, garlic, and vinegar replaced Middle Eastern spices. The meat turned bright red, smoky, and slightly sweet. Then came the defining touch. A pineapple placed on top of the spit. Its acidity balanced the richness of the pork. As the spit turned, pineapple juice touched the meat, deepening the flavor. With each slice, sometimes a small piece fell onto the taco. That balance made al pastor unique. From the 1950s onward, Mexico City grew rapidly. People needed fast, affordable food. Al pastor was perfect. It was prepared on the street, served quickly, and sold cheaply. Workers, students, tourists, everyone stood in the same line. The rotating trompo became a symbol of the city at night. Every taqueria had its own marinade style, spicier, sweeter, but always the same essentials: vertical spit, thin slices, fresh tortilla, pineapple. After the 1990s, al pastor spread worldwide, to California, Europe, and beyond. Yet its most authentic form remains in Mexico City, under neon lights beside a turning spit. And then comes the moment. You hold the warm tortilla, the meat is steaming. You take the first bite, sweet pineapple, smoky achiote, charred pork. You are not just eating a taco, you are tasting migration, adaptation, and the meeting of two worlds in a single bite.